There's a new push underway to reopen a park in Upper Manhattan.
But the problem is, who's going to run it? Fox says Antwan Lewis is live in Washington Heights with those details. Antwan?
Natasha and Steve, that is exactly the problem. So we are in front of George Washington Bridge Park. Photojournalist Dan Foley is going to give you a look at what you see here. There is a lock on the gate, and it has been like this for the last 7 years. Now, as you come over with us and take a look at Dolphin Playground inside the park, what you may not be able to see because of the gates is that it is not in any sort of disrepair. It is absolutely well kept, and it does not have any of the problems that have plagued a number of our city parks. But there's no access to the park for the kids that live in this community here in Washington Heights. They can't get to where the slides and the other things are. All they have left is this pink elephant, which isn't a whole lot of fun because it doesn't even move. But here's what's going on. Again, so renovations began in 2018 as part of renovations being done to the GWB, and that's when the park was closed at that particular time. So the impact is that the residents and the activists in this area do not have anyone that's willing to take care of the park, and therein lies the problem, because that's what's going on with it. So residents want to resume using the playground. It was built in 1994 as a collaboration between the Port Authority and a community organization whose leader has since passed away. Now, we spoke with Elizabeth Ritter. She's a former chair of a local community board's Parks Committee here, and she talks about the impact that the playground being closed is actually having.
It would make me really happy if the Port Authority, and again, they're not the bad guys here, but I would love it if the Port Authority kind of stepped up their game in actively seeking a partner and not just waiting for someone to materialize and contact them and say, hey, we're ready.
So we reached out to the Port Authority for a comment, and they told us, it reads in part, we've been hard at work identifying an organization that can safely and efficiently operate this playground so it can reopen. We've stayed in close communication with local elected officials and other community stakeholders on our progress. And that's what Ms. Ritter was talking about. What they need, especially since the renovations were completed in 2023, what they need is someone that is willing to come in to open and close the park, and then allow the access for the community here in Washington Heights to resume for all of the families, which we understand have been generations. We actually talked to a woman walking by who says that her now grandchildren come to this park or walk by it, but she took her kids here, so generationally it means a lot to this area, but right now it just needs someone who's willing to step up from what the community is telling us and, connect with the Port Authority so that somebody can start to reopen and close the park. This is the very latest that we have from you here in Washington Heights. Steve and Natasha, we'll send things now back inside.
Yeah, you hate to see something like that just sitting there empty. All right, thanks, Antwan.